What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? In this video, I'm actually going to talk about a big topic that I get a lot of DMs, a lot of questions about. And as you can see by the video title, what I'm going to be talking about is, will iFVGs lose its effectiveness over time, and why or why not, and why do I think that? So this is definitely an important video if you want to trade for the next 30 years, because it's really going to set the standard for the way you should think in the way that I think when I'm going into trades, which make me, one, not fearful at all, and two, willing to accept the risk no matter the situation, because I know the market's always going to be here. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So to answer the initial question, like, will iFVGs get nerfed or whatever you want to call it, okay, the answer is really no. Okay, and let me just explain why. iFVGs were not, I did not discover them. ICT did not discover them. Obviously, none of us discovered fair value gaps. Okay, that's just literally in the market. Like, it's how the market works. Now, I want to start off by showing you a footprint chart. Okay, if you don't know the footprint chart, it's basically a chart which I kind of sometimes use in NinjaTrader. I don't really use it that much, and it basically shows you like historical orders or where orders are being placed, etc. It can show you the volume, the delta of stuff. And it's just a really good thing to look at when looking for confluences for your trades. Now, let me just show you what an iFVG looks like, which I take on a footprint chart, and show you why iFVGs are never going to go away. So here's an example on a footprint chart where I'm not going to really think these are the bids and these are the asks. So it'd be a bids ask. And all you need to understand is these peak numbers are called basically stacks, okay? And typically 3 in a row is a stack. However, this is not 3 in a row. This is 2 and then 2 here, which is not really a stack. This is what really a stack is. Now, the reason why iFVGs work so well is because we're almost reversing, like it's almost the algorithm going down and with a giant stack, and then that giant stack gets inverse to the other side, which is when people switch their position, you know, or people, algorithms, whatever, however you want to believe it, okay? I'm not going to tell you how to believe it. So we have our little pink numbers here. It's just very bearish orders, right? And when the market comes back up, like, we are inversing those bearish orders. Now, that not only does one of two things, right? It either, one, just makes algorithms reverse their position, or two, even if not, it's still a very bullish signature in price. It's almost like a print being reversed. And why would we think about it? If you sold $1 million position in the market and then all of a sudden it was all reversed, we went back up, right? Think about it. A big algorithm or institution is going to have to get out. They're going to have to liquidate their position. They're now in drawdown that you don't want. Like, and maybe you're like, oh no, big institutions, they don't take single entries and just average out and stop out. They're like averaging in, whatever you want to say. But all I'm saying is there's big players here who, if we're going down and then all of a sudden they're inverse back up, there's going to have to be orders to inverse all those orders that were sent on the way down, or else there'd be no liquidity. And this is why I truly believe like inversion fair value gaps are never going to go away due to the science behind why they work. So if we just look at an example like with the naked chart, okay, I'm going to go to this 5-minute example from right here. Okay, what's really happening, like this is a V-shaped recovery, okay, and what's really happening here? Well, what's really happening is there's a giant institutional candle. No retail trader is going to make this candle. We swipe this little low here and boom, instant back up. And you got to realize, like, imagine the amount of force it must take for a candle to go back through this bearish gap after sweeping a low, right? It's going to take a lot of force. It's not easy to do that. And this is where people like misunderstand like why inversion work so well. It's because there's going to be algorithms reversing their position here. There's going to be a lot of orders reversed here. Like, you can't just get a candle here without reversing liquidity, if that makes sense. Like, there needs to be orders to offset these bearish orders, and that's going to cause like people getting out or covering their orders here, because this big candle is going to cause the market to go back up. And if you go back to like 2010, like in ES, like you will see inversions work. They weren't as clean back then because it wasn't as volatile, but now with the volatility, they're much cleaner. There's a lot more volume in the market, and it's just, it works so well in today's market. And the volume is only going to get higher and higher as we go on. And as long as the market will be here, I'm always going to believe in these setups, just because of science of why they work and the reason behind why they work. Now, during different cycles or conditions, it doesn't matter. I've seen inversions work during Q4. I've seen inversions work during Q5, which doesn't even exist, which is obviously a joke. Okay, I've seen inversions work on the most random stuff ever. Like if you go to crypto and maybe go to a Sol. You know, Sol I called there's a giant monthly one from months ago. You know, I called out, right. If you go to the monthly on Sol chart here, okay, look at this. This is an iFVG I called out a while ago on Sol, and just again, you got to sort of realize there's a bunch of orders being rejected here, and then all of a sudden when you shoot up over those orders, it's very hard to stop the momentum because people have to cover, they have to get out. You know, it's not really, short squeezes don't exist. Like that's like not a good term to say like, oh, this is a short squeeze, but it's almost like the similar idea. So it works on everything, and inversions are definitely not going to go away anytime soon because of this. And if you understand the science behind why they work, I hope I gave you more conviction in your trade after watching this video, because again, like it's just reversing giant orders, which people are going to have to recover their position. And it's almost like there's going to be more power reversing or inversing something than going in the same direction. You know, like here, if you short this, like there is power, but it's not going to happen as quick. You know, there's probably a lot of dancing around in here. But here it's like, boom, you got to cover, and then boom, you just shoot right up. So that is going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy this one, and hopefully I gave you more conviction or trades and explained the reasoning behind their work, why they work. And here are just some examples of a bunch of testimonials, a bunch of profits, and just a bunch of successful students where they put in the work and they become profitable. And, you know, all these guys are living the life that they want to live. So with that being said, here's just some examples. And if you are interested, I do upload on YouTube for free, but I did just start a one-on-one mentorship where it's very, very private, very personalized. It's got a lower acceptance rate than Harvard. I have denied a lot of people, but there's only, I think, 16 or 15 spots left at the moment. And my favorite part of the mentorship, which you can apply at the link below, by the way, is an accountability program. So basically what I did is I created this accountability journal, okay? And I put 4 students in a group, and I basically had them meet once a week where they are going to be accountable for their actions, show their P&L, and just overall make sure that they have partners to keep them in check. I also have a ton of quizzes and exams throughout a bunch of coursework, but that's pretty basic, even though a lot of other mentors don't do the quizzes and exams. And overall, I just get a call a lot, give some people my phone number if you really need it, and I'm very accessible, and I do 2 classes a week. So if you're interested, it's totally free to book a call. Just click the link in the description, and I hope I can see some of you. And for the ones who get denied, just remember, my YouTube is free. Okay, you don't need to pay me to become profitable. This is very private, and I'm upload videos for free for a reason. I don't want your money. Okay, but this is for people who are going to be dedicated, work extra hard, and people that I want to spend my time teaching who won't waste my time, that I know has a strong chance of becoming profitable. That's it for this video. Don't forget to use code DODGY for an Apex account, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.